Welcome everybody to the Single on Stilettos Show. I'm Suzanne Oshima and I'm a matchmaker and dating coach at Dream Bachelor and Bachelorette, and I'm also the founder of Single on Stilettos. Today we have on our show Tinzley Bradford. She's the author of the Settle Free Dating Method for Women, and I'm so excited to have her here today because she has a no-nonsense approach to dating, and that's why I love having her on the show. And today we are talking about signs that he's just not interested. So before we jump into that, Tinzley, tell our audience a little bit about you and what made you write this book.
Yes. Hi, Suzanne. Thank you so much for having me. Well, I am a speaker. I'm also the author of the Settle Free Dating Method for Women. And this is a no-nonsense advice guide. Like Suzanne say, no nonsense, to remind you lovely ladies that you are more and you deserve the very best. I decided to write this book because I, too, have been going through the same struggle that many single women are going through these days when it comes to finding true love. And what I wanted to do was use my pain and my experiences to make a difference in other women's life and raise awareness that you do not have to just settle for any old treatment just to say you got a man. It's okay to be single and find ways to be happy with that.
Awesome. Well, let's jump into these 3 signs. So tell us what the first sign is that a man is not interested.
He does not call, text, or do anything with you. That's the first signs. And that's actually 3 in 1. Anything else?
That was hilarious. 3 in 1.
But yeah, if you're dating a man and he's interested in you, you don't have to beg him. You don't have to keep saying, see me? You see me? I'm over here. Did you text me? Did you call me back? Hey, I'll text you. You don't have to do all of that because guess what? He's going to do that. He's going to pursue you. He's going to try to date you. He's going to show you he's interested, and his friends will know your name and everything. So I just say if he's not interested, he's not going to show you he's interested. Now be mindful. There are some fakes out there. They'll do the bare minimum to get in because most of the time, a lot of them just want to get you in bed sometimes. We all know how that is. So be careful about the ones that'll do the bare minimum just to get you in the bedroom. They won't wow you. They won't blow your mind. They'll do just enough for you to feel like it's okay to go there. And then when they get what they want, a lot of times they're out of here. So don't let that happen to you. You know, he's not calling, showing interest, dating you, pursuing you, courting you. You don't need to even waste your time because he's not interested.
Yes, and I know, ladies, that sounds so obvious, but I want to add in a little extra part where the ladies may not be seeing this, is what Tinzley's also talking about is not only the man that doesn't text, call, or email you at all, but she's also talking about the guy that'll text you here and then ask you out, and then he disappears for another 3 weeks or 2 weeks, and then he reappears. And he starts texting you again, but then he disappears again. He's not interested. He's just using you as a filler.
Right, absolutely. And he actually will do that because he wants to try to lasso you in, and you want to make sure that you don't fall into that trap. Be smart. Be smart while dating.
Exactly. So what's the second tip on a sign that he's not interested?
The second tip is he won't, when you're on the phone talking to him, it's probably a dry, dull tone on the phone. When you're around, there's no kind of engagement. He's kind of dry and short with you. One of those guys that, once again, is just trying to stay in it to keep you in his back pocket should something else that he's interested in not turn out right. Be mindful of those kind because if he's interested, there's going to be laughter, there's going to be engagement, there's going to be fun times. He's going to be all up on you when you guys are around each other. If he's sitting there like, and you say something, he go, oh, yeah. And this is another sign.
Where he's on his cell phone all the time.
On his phone while you all are around each other. He's not interested in you. He's interested in what's on that phone and whatever excitement he's planning for when he gets you out of his way, he can go to that. You got to be careful of those that's not taking the time to show you that they're interested. If he's in another world when you all are around each other, right in each other's face, he couldn't be interested. Because if he was, he'd be all up on you.
That is true. So what's your third tip that he's not interested?
The third tip that he is not interested is you have never met his mother, his family, his friends. You don't know anything about him because he hasn't told you anything about him. He hasn't opened up to you because he's not interested in you. He doesn't care to tell you anything about it. He'll sit there and talk a little bit here and there, but you're not going to get everything from him. You ain't even been to his house. He's not interested. So be careful if it's one-sided. He's been over your house, hanging out, watching television. Then when you go, hey, I want to come to yours. No, it's an excuse. There's a problem with that. So be careful and mindful of the fact that he's not taking the time to do for you as he wants you to do for him. If you're allowing him over there to chill sometime and hang out and relax, he should be doing the same thing. And if you ask him, you come over, and he says no, he's not interested in you. He doesn't even want you over his place. Be careful.
Yep, that is true. And it is very true. If a man doesn't introduce you to his friends or family, he doesn't see you for the long term. And it's not that he has to introduce you in the very beginning of dating, but as the relationship progresses, if he's met your family and friends, but you haven't met his, that's a red flag. So these have been some great tips. So Tinzley, tell our audience how they can find you in your book.
They can find me in my Settle Free book at tinzleybradford.com. You can also go to amazon.com and order the Settle Free Dating Method for Women. You can also find me on Twitter at Tinzley B, or Instagram at Tinzley B, or Facebook at author Tinzley Bradford. And Suzanne, thank you so much for having me. You know, this is one of my favorite topics right here, because you know me. If he's not interested, then next.
Exactly. And that's exactly why I love having you on the show. Well, thanks everybody for joining us on the Single and Stiletto Show. Our show is available both in video format and podcast format. If you would like to get the videos, you can view them at singleandstilettos.com. If you would like to get the podcast, you can download it from iTunes. And if you would like to get our free ebook, The 3 Secrets Guaranteed to Attract Any Man, based on scientific research, you can click right here on the video, or you can go to singleandstilettos.com.